Hello, everybody. Um, Today's topic is something that is quite dear to me and is something that is quite important to speak about because throughout my life, I always dismissed this idea of feeling low. I always thought that maybe the reason I was feeling low is because I'm just physically tired. Even though there were days that I would not physically exhaust myself, I would still feel tired. And it was only until I started looking within to understand why do I feel low, why do I feel tired, is when I slowly started uncovering the fact that, oh, there are actually reasons of why I feel low or why I feel a negative energy or why I feel very tired throughout the day. Even though I sleep normal hours, I still wake up feeling tired. And I realized that this is something that I have to work through internally. And so here are a few things I have discovered through my self-healing journey to understand why I might be feeling low or why I might be feeling negative. Now, I might be looking down a couple of times to the video. It's just because I'm referring to my notes that I have made because it's sometimes quite hard to remember all the points, and I do want to put across all the points that I have discovered through my self healing journey. So let's start with it. Now, the first thing that I discovered through my journey was when you focus on pleasing others or when you focus on giving too much of your energy to others. Now, this is something that is quite broad. I do understand when I say this that it is quite broad, but it is an important thing to understand and remember that when you give too much of yourself to others or when you're giving too much of your energy to others who do not respond in the same way back, you are just giving away energy for free. Let me say this again. When you're giving too much energy of yourself and it does not get reciprocated by the other person in a positive way, then it just means that you are giving away too much of your precious energy. And the reason I say this is because when you are giving away your energy to people who do not recognize it or to people who do not reciprocate it back to you, it just means that they do not see the amount of energy that you do put into things that pleases them or makes them feel better. It just means that you are giving and they are receiving, but you are not receiving from their end. And that can be quite harmful in the long run because you just feel like you're giving up too much of yourself while you're not getting anything back. And while I understand that giving away help for free or doing stuff away for the goodness of your heart is great, but it is great only when you fill your own cup. It is not great when you're actually not feeling self satisfied, when you've not gone through your self healing journey and you're giving away too much that is already there in your cup. And this can, like I said before, this can play a huge role because of the fact that you are not able to understand that giving away too much of your precious energy is only depleting of the positive energy that you can have for yourself. And that will be quite detrimental in the long run because you are not going to feel respected, you are going to feel drained out, and you are already feeling negative. And this not only creates this only not only makes you feel like you are draining out your energy, but you also start realizing that you lose a bit of a bit of respect for the other person slowly in the long run. Because when you give yourself that understanding that this person is actually not reciprocating your energy or is not giving back to you the way you need them to give back to you, it just means that you're losing out respect for that other person. And why would you want to create that experience for yourself? So for me, I recognize that in friendships and relationships. when I felt like I was giving up too much energy just to try and please them, just to make them feel better, I was depleting my own energy. And when I never felt it back, I started losing respect for those friends because I felt like they are not ever able to recognize my potential and my worth. So why should I be friends with them? When when I had to look at it in two ways, I had to look at it that actually these are the people I do not need to give my energy, so much of my energy to. I can interact with them, but I do not need to give my energy to them because why do I have to please anyone? And also, I do not need to think of them as somebody negative and lose respect for them because they are not doing anything wrong. They are not asking for me to do all of these things. I am doing it out of my own will. And so if they're not asking for me to do it, it would be wrong for me to start losing respect because they're just doing what they're supposed to do, is to receive. Humans receive. And so when I realized that, I called myself out and I realized that it was actually me that needs to recognize who to give my positive energy to. It was on me to recognize who do I give not much of my energy to. And it was on me to recognize that um, it's me that will 100% decide who to give my energy to. Now, second point is when you do not have your me time. Now, this took me years and years to figure out what my me time looks like. And this kind of correlates with the first point. So I used to be really afraid of being alone. And so I used to always give my energy towards hanging out with other people or hanging out with friends or family. And I did not really have my own me time that makes me feel better or do things that makes me feel happy to make me feel better. And the reason why I say that you should have your own me time is because when you have your own me time and when you do the things that makes you feel happy or what makes you feel like, oh, I feel really blissful right now doing this, or I feel like it makes me just a tiny bit happier when I have my own me time or when I do a certain activity by myself for myself, it increases my energy instantly. I suddenly start to feel like an energy bust because when I'm feeling negative and I take time out to understand where my feelings are coming from and to understand where exactly is this negativity coming from, I usually take some time out to have my own me time, and everybody's me time looks extremely different. And to be honest, my me time can differ from day to day. Like one day I would prefer going to the beach, taking a long walk, coming back, taking a shower, eating dinner while watching a movie. Or another day could look like just staying in, having a nice shower, having a nice skincare routine, and watching a movie. Or it could be that I want to read my book, or it could be that I want to look at self-help videos or hear self-help podcasts while having a long walk. So for me, it differs from day to day. And your me time can differ from day to day. It can differ from hour to hour. It can differ from month to month. Now, the third point is when you allow other people's opinions to dictate your actions or your decisions. This is a hard thing to accept because for me, throughout my life, I always allowed other people's opinions to dictate my actions and my behavior. Especially, I always allowed my parents' opinions to dictate my actions and my beliefs. Now, growing up, my parents' opinions were incremental to me, they were important to me. However, sometimes it also got in the way of the way I thought about myself. And while they may have the best interests at heart, sometimes not everything is actually what it may seem to be for them and for you. Similarly, even my friends' opinions used to dictate a lot of my actions and a lot of my beliefs and the way I spoke and the way I dressed up, only for me to realize that I actually was just focusing on everybody else when I really should have been focusing on me. And when I realized this, I just pat myself in the back and said, you know what, Ritam, it's okay. It's okay that you went through this because this is a learning. This is something that was not taught to me. Um, and so the more I realized and the more I understood that understanding myself and understanding my own opinion is far more important than others' opinions, it started relieving me from the stress and from the burden from other people. So now when I walk into a room, I don't care what people think about me. Yes, I would like to make a good impression, but I don't care if they don't like me, or I don't care if they think that I might be obnoxious, I might not be obnoxious, I might be good, or I might not be good. I don't care because I know me. I know the opinion that I have formed on myself. I know that I am someone who's willing to learn, who's willing to reflect, who's willing to be a better person every day. And so, what others form their opinion on me does not matter to me. So, I'm just going to conduct myself to what I think is right for me. And when I started inheriting this principle, I started seeing a depletion of negative energy because I started feeling so much more free and so much more stress free. And it just started making me feel happier because I knew that it was me that was making me happy. My own opinion was making me happy. And that's all I needed. That was the encouragement I needed. So, yeah, this is something that's quite hard, I have to admit. This took me a really long time to overcome, but through slow practice and through affirmations, you can get there. Now, the fourth point is when you focus on the past and when you do start trying to vision a future, you focus on a negative future instead of a positive future. Now, this is quite a heavy point because a lot of us, when we wake up, we might be reliving memories of the past, good memories, bad memories, okay memories, just memories from the past. However, we forget to think that what's past is gone. It's not real anymore. It might have happened in the past, sure, but it's not what's happening right now. And your present right now is missing out on the great and beautiful moments that you could create for yourself, but instead you're focusing on the past. And even though you're thinking of a good memory, um, you are still missing out on great memories that you could create right now at the present. And so sometimes humans tend to focus on the past, especially on negative memories. And when you tend to focus on negative memories more, you tend to put yourself down more, or you tend to feel more low in energy because your energy is going into thinking about that memory in the past and then feeling this negative energy from the past again at your present moment. And a lot of us also, when we tend to envision the future, sometimes a lot of us can envision a negative future in the sense, oh, I'm going to try and pursue this, but what if this happens, or what if that happens? So for example, for me was when I wanted to create YouTube videos, a negative future kept popping up in my head, like, oh, what if I fail, what will my failure look like, or what are people going to say about me? And I started thinking of a negative future instead of a positive future. Um, and when I realized this, I had to really work on my anxiety and my overwhelming feelings of my negative future and understand that this is actually in the future. I don't know if this is going to happen or if this is not. And if something that has not happened, why would I put a um, negative memory attached to it? Why can't I focus on the positive instead of thinking that, oh, what if I fail, or what if I won't do well in YouTube videos? Instead, I started thinking, but what if I actually do well, and what if people actually relate to me, and what if people actually see me for what I have been through, and feel less alone. So these thoughts started making me feel instantly more positive. And so yeah, when you focus on the past and when you focus on a negative future, it can have an effect on you feeling low on energy or feeling a negative energy in general. Now, the fifth point is when you do not honor your feelings. And this is quite important. In my opinion, I have seen that in an overpopulated country or a city, I grew up in an overpopulated city. Um, Feelings are not really taken into consideration to the extent that you would like it to. Now, don't quote me on this. This is just my observation. So, when I grew up, I always saw and I always felt the competitive need to stay afloat. And because I had to stay afloat to be amongst my peers or always feel like I needed to show up and always feel like I need to perform a certain way in order to be accepted, I was negating my feelings. And I don't know about other people, but it felt like others didn't give their own feelings that time and the honor that it needed. And I could see a lot of my peers getting burnt out. They would also complain about feeling burnt out, and none of us back then would even know why we were feeling burnt out. We would just think that it was because of stress and trying to keep afloat. However, through my self-healing journey, I realized that I was actually not honoring my feelings. I can't speak for others, but I was actually not honoring my feelings because I just kept focusing on trying to stay afloat. And when you do not honor your feelings, and by feelings, I mean negative feelings, anxious feelings, overwhelming feelings, good feelings, and even feelings that make you feel excited or any of the bad or the good feelings, I wasn't honoring them. I wasn't feeling grateful. I wasn't feeling appreciative. I wasn't feeling and I wasn't understanding and feeling my negative emotions. Because you need to let the negative emotions flow for you to give room and space for the positive to come in. And so honoring your feelings is extremely important. And that can also come in your me time, is meditating and honoring the feelings, be it negative, be it positive, honor your feelings because you're human, you're designed to feel what you feel. The next point, the sixth point, when you surround yourself with negative people. This is a very talked about thing is when you surround yourself with negative people, you automatically start to feel negative or you start to become negative. Um, this is something that I heard from a famous YouTuber, Tam Kaur. Um, she said something that really resonated with me is that you are the average of the five people you interact with. And if the five people that you interact with are negative, you are automatically going to become negative. And that really hit hard because I was like that. I used to interact with negative people only for me to realize that I was always thinking negative for people, negative in situations. I wasn't feeling appreciative and it was making me feel quite low. And only when I realized this, I started to wonder that are these friends even worth it? Because I would rather not have friends than surround myself with negative people and become a negative person. I do not want to become a negative person. That was my personal goal and agenda. And oh, there's a sweet bird there. Ah, all right. Sorry. So yeah, when you tend to surround yourself with negative people, you just start reciting the same thoughts that they have. And there's already so much negativity in the world, and I do not want to contribute to it. If I want to contribute, I would rather contribute something positive. And so I started slowly distancing myself from the so called friends I had earlier, and started feeling already more positive. And slowly, I actually started finding the people that I did want to interact with, and they were quite positive, and they still continue to be my friends. And I started feeling happier and I started feeling more relieved. I started feeling more supported and I started feeling so much more positive. Now, the seventh point is what do you do to make yourself feel better? Now that you know that you're feeling negative, what do you do to make yourself feel better? It can be correlated to what you do in your me time. However, what do you do to make yourself feel better? For example, in instances where you're feeling stressed, or in instances where you're feeling like there's an overwhelming sense of wanting to give up. What do you do to make yourself feel better? For me, it's slow breathing and saying my affirmations. Even if I don't feel it at that moment, saying it automatically allows me to slowly start breathing slowly and slowly start understanding that, okay, I'm feeling not okay at the moment, and it is okay to not feel okay. And I need to start reaffirming who I am, what do I do. And the slow affirmations do start to make me feel better, because slowly when I feel like my breath is starting to come under control, I'm able to realize that, oh, I was just having a panic moment, or I was feeling overwhelmed, or I was feeling quite stressed in the situation that I was in, or I might just be stressed in general. So what do you do to make yourself feel better? Honor that. You have to figure that out. This is very individualistic. um, you have to really understand what makes you feel better in that moment. What works for me may not work for you, but you've got to figure out what it is for you. Um, Number 8, when you rely on others to make you happy. Now, I am the biggest student of this. I used to always rely on others because I did not want to feel alone or feel lonely. I would just hang out with other people, like I said earlier. And because I kept doing that, I always relied on other people to make me happy. It was only when I realized that I am actually relying on others to make me feel happy, I I felt quite bad. I felt quite bad, not that it's not okay. I felt quite bad in the sense that, why would you burden another person to make you feel happy? It is nobody's responsibility to make you happy. It's you. If you're a mother, if you're a father, if you're a brother, if you're a sister, if you're a daughter, regardless of your relationship with anyone, if you're a wife or if you're a husband, whatever, regardless of your relationship, you cannot rely on somebody else to make you happy. You cannot rely on your child to make you happy. You cannot rely on your parents to make you happy. You cannot rely on a significant other to make you happy. You cannot do that. You make you happy. And how do you do that? Is you determining that for yourself. What do you do in your me time, or what do you do to make yourself feel better? Like I said before, for me, it's going on long walks, or hearing a podcast, or making videos, or watching videos on YouTube. I love watching videos on YouTube, or watching my favorite movie, um, or going to the gym. What are things that make you feel better? You've got to figure that out, because you cannot rely on others to make you happy. You've got to understand that. Relying on others to make you happy is just you putting a burden on somebody else, and that's not fair. That is absolutely not fair, and I'm guilty of it. I'm super guilty of it. But once you realize this, try and figure out ways to how to make you feel happy, because when you make yourself happy, you're so self-reliant. You will never look at somebody else, and you will never depend on somebody else to make you happy, and that's the greatest feeling ever. You don't need anybody else. Sure, somebody can add happiness to your already existing happiness, but you should not rely on someone else to give you that happiness. Number 9, you put yourself down for the past, present, and future. Throughout this video, you might have noticed me talking about things that I did in the past, but I always said it is okay. It is okay to have done whatever you have done. It is okay for you to do whatever you're doing, and it is okay for you to do whatever in the future that you're going to do, because you're going to do things with the knowledge that you have at that present moment. For example, in the past, for an embarrassing situation that happened with you and you feel down about it, you did it with the experience and the knowledge you had at that time. Similarly, in the present, with the knowledge that you have right now, you're going to do whatever that with the experience that you have right now. Similarly, in the future, you can't put yourself down for it. This is something that you have to learn. This is what life is for. You've got to learn. You have to realize that this is what is going to make you go through those experiences. So why put yourself down for it? Feel those feelings, understand where you're coming from. As long as you do not commit murder and you do not do something negative that makes other people feel negative, it is okay. It is absolutely okay. And number 10, the way you talk to yourself. Like I said before, it is okay. It is okay for you to feel the way you feel. However, you cannot talk to yourself in a way that puts you down. Because why would you? Think of your younger self. Think of a younger version of you listening to you right now, putting yourself down. How rude. Why would you do that to yourself just because of other people's opinions, or just because you have formed an opinion based on what society dictates is good? You have formed an opinion on yourself instead of actually knowing who you are. You've got to put in the work for yourself to know who you are. And you've got to put in the work to start understanding where you are coming from. And if there is something negative that you do want to change, find steps on how to change it. But do not ever talk to yourself in a way that puts you down, because that's just mean. And why would you do that to yourself? Why would you not love yourself and give yourself that incredible amount of love instead of, you know, what? I'm not even able to complete the sentence because, again, I'm guilty of it. I, I absolutely hold myself accountable when I say this. I used to talk really negative to myself. And when I used to speak to my sister, or I used to speak to my mother about it, with the way I spoke to myself, even they would feel bad that they could see this is how I was talking to myself, and even they would feel bad. It was only until I realized that this is how I'm talking to myself was when I was stunned. I was like, no, I need to stop doing that, and you got to stop doing that also. So understand where you're coming from and really accept yourself for wherever you're coming from and whoever you are, and turn that negative to positive. And there is nothing wrong in the way you think or in the way you do things, because you are you. Your DNA is absolutely unique. Nobody does things the way you do. And putting yourself down is only taking yourself further away from happiness. So, yeah, I hope that you call yourself out like I did. I hope that you understand where you're coming from, because that's important. I hope that you create that understanding for yourself, because that's how you start generating um, appreciativeness and love for yourself. And I really hope you start loving yourself, because these are the few things that will actually start helping you to stop feeling low or stop feeling negative. And why not? Because the world needs more positivity and it starts with us. There's already too much negativity going on around the world. So I hope that you are able to get yourself out. Even if you're in a rut, it is okay. Even if you feel like the world's ending and you don't know what to do, it's okay. You're going to get yourself out of it. Things are going to get better. And it starts with focusing on where you're coming from, understanding yourself, and giving yourself that love. And so, yeah, I hope you always do better. I hope you become the better version of yourself. I hope to spread more positivity. I am grateful, so grateful for this platform. I'm grateful for this opportunity. I'm grateful for all the resources I have that allows me to put out this video. And I'm grateful for you. So thank you for listening to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you. Bye bye.